We need a 50-foot bed.
I mean, TD Jakes ain't small. I'm just saying. If it's a group thing, it's a group thing. You gotta think about, you got Rick Ross, you got Khaled, we talk about heavy hitters.
Hello there, I'm Eva Pilgrim. Thanks for streaming with us. Week 3 of testimony in the Sean Diddy Combs trial, starting with the music mogul's former assistant, Capricorn Clark, taking the stand.
This Diddy trial? Yeah, it's way past being just another celebrity headline. What we're witnessing now is a full-blown media frenzy, chaotic, explosive, and impossible to ignore. It all began with Cassie, one woman who had the courage to speak up about her traumatic experiences. But what she set in motion, it's grown into something far bigger than anyone could have predicted. Forget TMZ-style gossip, this is next level. We're talking courtroom bombshells, leaked audio, and names you never expected to hear, dragged into this mess. Initially, it looked like this was just about Cassie's disturbing allegations, bizarre parties, controlling behavior, and Diddy's alleged grip on her life. But suddenly, everything flipped. The trial has veered into uncharted and dangerous territory. Word is, we're not just dealing with texts or call logs here. There are actual recordings, and not just any kind. We're talking explicit, jaw-dropping tapes that allegedly involve Diddy, Will Smith, and even Meek Mill. And yes, this stuff is being played out loud, in open court. It all seemed to start with that eerie hotel video. No sound, grainy footage. People assumed that was the climax. But behind those courtroom doors, things got darker, real audio, no phones, no leaks, just raw silence as the tapes rolled. One person described it like this: the audio was so graphic, so unsettling, the whole courtroom just froze. No one moved, no one even breathed.
She testified she was held against her will twice, at one point alleging she was forced from her apartment and into a car to take Combs and one of his bodyguards to the home of rapper Kid Cudi to, quote,
Cudi was seeing his ex, Cassie Ventura, at the time. Clark also said Combs threatened to call Ventura if she did not persuade Kid Cudi not to notify authorities about Combs' alleged involvement in a break-in at his home. Clark also told the jury that a huge guy routinely gave her lie detector tests on suspicion of stealing valuables loaned to Combs. She stated that the man told her that if she failed the test, they would toss her into the East River.
Right after that chilling audio played in court, things escalated fast. A fresh witness list was released, and these aren't just random people looking for attention. These are insiders, former artists, ex-employees, and partygoers, people who were in the room when it all went down. And now, with legal protection in place, some of them are finally stepping forward to tell what they've been holding in for years. One name that jumped out? Dawn Richards. You probably remember her from Danity Kane, the girl group Diddy once managed. She took the stand, and when she walked out of that courtroom, witnesses say she looked completely emotionally wiped out. And it's no surprise why. Insiders claim her testimony backed up much of what Cassie has been saying all along. According to Dawn, she once witnessed Diddy physically attack Cassie just because dinner wasn't ready when he expected it. And the very next day, Diddy allegedly pulled her and another bandmate aside and warned them, "Keep quiet, don't say a word."
Did you see an incident involving Puff and Cassie in February 2009? Yes. Sean attacked Cassie, and did you witness any further aggression from him against her? Often. Nick's equals focus to bridal spandings and distant. The government then presented from this ridiculous that then what we group the slinger over this Cassie if find her. Next date of presented distance laws is didn't due to the time. The demonstrant night is 2004 and 2002. It was being committed presentation. The government then presents Don Rashad a photo of Diddy Dirty Money. When were you a member of this group? 2009, 2011. Sean Combs and Cassie had an encounter in 2009. Where was it? In Sean Combs' Los Angeles home. Ayama, we were recording. What did he do? He was saying, Where is my food? He grabbed a black skillet with eggs and attempted to hit her over the head. Cassie dropped to the ground. What did she do? She was in the fetal position. Then what? Sean Combs kicked her in the head and body before dragging her up to the first floor. Glass was shattering and shrieking. I was terrified for her and for myself. Have you intervened? No. Have you called the police? No. So what occurred the next day? He stated it had been passionate and she was fine, but it would be best if we didn't talk since people might go missing. How did you understand that? Diddy's team raises protest. The judge then calls the sidebar, which concludes her testimony for the day. However, Dawn Richard will return on Monday to complete her testimony against Diddy. Right before they brought Dawn Richard in, a Homeland Security agent testified against Diddy about when they arrived and arrested him to take him to jail. So let's get into it. The government inquired as to where you went after Sean Combs was arrested. He was staying at the Park Hyatt Hotel in room 2115. They show the judges a picture of his hotel suite, so what did you do? We allocated a letter to each room and started the hunt. What was your rule? I photographed the goods and signed them on the 6051 form. What did they find in the closet? They then show the jurors an image of plastic bags containing Johnson & Johnson baby oil and an Astroglide bottle.
Then there was a calm moment that spoke volumes. Diddy's daughters left the courtroom pale and silent. Not a word, not even a look at the cameras. People claim this happened immediately after the recording was aired. Their reaction made everything feel even heavier.
You guys really sit through that whole case and kept your spirits high. I really like that for y'all. That was great. Keep your spirits up, y'all.
Will Smith's name quickly rose to prominence. This was not simply internet rumors. His name was mentioned in the courtroom audio. And at what point did this occur? The internet completely lost it. People rushed to review past interviews, focusing on every unusual interaction between Will and Diddy, and even resurfacing bizarre jokes made by comic Lunel, implying that maybe, just maybe, their friendship wasn't what it appeared. Even Jaguar Wright chimed in later, piling down on the suspicions with her own claims.
Will Smith hears what you're saying and should get at least, if there's smoke, there's fire. Let me get a fan.
Number one, as far as Will Smith is concerned, until he does right by all of those children that were harmed and corrupted while in his care, children that grew up to be men, boys like Bashir Gray, August Alsina, your own son. Like, your own son. Do people forget about that voice clip that I played from Brother Belial?
Hey.
Has anybody seen Belial?
Come on.
I asked him, didn't I ask for him last?
Come on.
Where's Belial? Is he missing with Cuba? Have they all moved to Bali with Russell Simmons and Kevin Liles?
You know what always catches my attention? Moments like when Jaden Smith shares that heartfelt hug with Justin Bieber. It's sweet, sure, but then you flip the script and suddenly you're hearing about Bashir getting into a heated fight over Sydney Star with Eddie Winslow. Like, wait, what is really going on in the entertainment world? These aren't just random stories. They raise real questions about what kind of experiences shape these stars. What draws them into such intense, often emotional same-gender dynamics in such a public way? It definitely makes you wonder, doesn't it?
I'll say the least.
You want to know the thing that bothers me most about Bashir Gray? I actually think he's doing all of this so they'll take him back in the club.
And they're not. They're gonna keep gaslighting you and playing with you, promising you one thing or another.
At first, barely anyone paid attention. It flew under the radar. But now, it's all over the place, blowing up online like wildfire. And just when you thought the situation couldn't get any more chaotic, Will Smith's former assistant, brother Bilal, stepped into the spotlight with some jaw-dropping allegations. He claimed he actually witnessed something intimate, between Will and actor Dwayne Martin. According to him, he walked right in on the moment. Now, whether you believe his story or not, one thing's for sure. It lit the internet on fire.
The woman that everybody wanted. And Will needed that validation to have that type of woman.
You saw her say that Will Smith had...
I am saying to you, if a woman is used to something the size of a baby leg and you come in with a pinky toe, there's nothing you can do to please her. You can buy her 80 cars, you can get her 80 private jets. If she's itching for that baby leg, she want that baby leg. You can beat a person so much that they fall into submission.
Who needs enemies when they got friends like you?
Oh, I could tell you what goes on the inside. Everybody else is just speculation.
Somebody told me my picture's in the book.
You know, your picture's in the book and your name is in the book. So it's like you're doing some real elegant flip. I'm blowing you up.
I love that. I love that.
You up.
This is what Jada makes the new people do. And I ain't gonna say new, they probably been there after myself, right? They will make you check into a rehab. And they'll pay for the rehab. Even though you're not on drugs, they're gonna pay for the rehab. And you have to go if you want to work with them. And then I saw sexual acts that when I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin.
Okay.
Hollywood is the hurry up and wait game. So 3 minutes later, after them telling me, hey, you got eyes on Will, we need him to come watch this. So I'm running all over the studio. He's not in his dressing room.
He further explained that he has never been sued because the Smiths know he is telling the truth.
You kept it straight on the Smiths. Like you was just like, I seen Jamie with women.
Yeah.
I seen Jamie with black. And I was like, okay, so this ain't got nothing to do with him trying to gain.
All right, let's break this conversation down. The speaker starts off by addressing a misunderstanding. They're saying, you kept it straight on the Smiths. I see Jamie with women. Basically pointing out that someone is hyper-focused on this specific situation. But here's the twist. It's not about chasing clout or trying to ruin someone's public image. It's personal. This is about a friend the speaker has known nearly their whole life, and that friend's relationship is being torn apart, and they believe Jada Pinkett Smith is at the center of that destruction. Then comes the real heat. The speaker claims that Jada hates them, and it's no secret in Hollywood. Why? Because they have a strong relationship with Will Smith, and they do their own thing. They're not under Jada's influence. But instead of just leaving it there, they go deeper. They say Jada loves people who treat her like a god. Why? Because in their words, she's a narcissist and a sociopath. And when someone is like that, they want to be worshipped. According to the speaker, Jada uses her wealth and influence to attract people who think she'll help them. But in reality, she only helps herself. It's a harsh accusation, and it paints Jada as someone who thrives on control and ego. Then, things shift to legal threats. The speaker was shocked when they heard Jada was talking about suing them. But what really stood out was the silence from Will. No public statement from him personally, only a rep denying the allegations. And the speaker points out something interesting. Will never responds to anything. It's always Jada. And just hours after that rep's statement, Jada appears on The Breakfast Club, saying the same things she told TMZ. The speaker believes Jada's media moves are strategic, calculated to control the narrative. But here's the kicker. A celebrity lawyer broke it all down on a YouTube channel called Popcorn Planet, and according to him, Jada actually hurt her legal case by going public. The speaker even says, had Jada not gone to The Breakfast Club, I would have been sued already, but I haven't been sued. No one's contacted me. Then the conversation gets even more explosive. The speaker claims the reason Will and Jada responded so fast is because they know what he saw. What exactly? He doesn't say here, but he drops a serious hint by saying, Dwayne Martin's a serial killer. Will's not the only one. That's clearly not meant literally, but it suggests there's a bigger story behind the scenes. And finally, the speaker draws a hard line. It's no longer about Will. He's putting Will to the side. This is about him versus Jada now. He addresses her directly, saying, Jada, I know you're watching. I know your longtime PR person, Karen Tense, is watching. You a bald-head liar, and you're a drug addict. You told the world you were going to sue me swiftly. It's been over 2 weeks and nothing. No filter, no hesitation, just calling her out on camera, daring her to follow through with the legal threats.
So Jada, I'm giving you 2 more weeks to sue me. If you don't sue me, this is what's gonna happen. All the sex parties, right? And the people, the men that you hit with dildos, I'm naming names, right? All the salacious stuff that you have done and hurt other people, I'm naming names. Because now what we gotta do is, we gotta force her to say she lied.